Two women running for president made dueling appearances in South Carolina yesterday. Which one is the more serious candidate? Here was Carly Fiorina.
I think when 82% of the American people now believe that there is a professional political class more interested in preserving its own power and privilege than it is in serving the American people, people expect basic questions to be asked of anyone running for president. What have you done? Are you trustworthy? Are you transparent? Will you answer questions?
And here was Hillary. Notice her new accent.
Right here in South Carolina. I just came from Kiki's Chicken and Waffles, which I highly recommend.
Oh, wow. I mean, I like the chicken and waffles, not the accent. Fiorina pointed out serious issues about Clinton's record.
That as Secretary of State, she took women's rights and human rights off the table for discussion with China. She called Bashar al-Assad a positive reformer. She said that Iraq was a free, stable, sovereign nation. She said that she could reset our relationship with Russia. I think all of those things I just named go fundamentally to what is her track record.
Hillary pointed out her hair color.
Now, let me tell you, I'm aware I may not be the youngest candidate in this race, but I have one big advantage. I've been coloring my hair for years. You're not going to see me turn white in the White House.
Okay. Good job qualification, Dana. I mean, the accent.
It's kind of funny. I mean, obviously it worked well with the crowd. The accent. Look, this. If you go back to 2008, remember all of those clips. Like, just depending on where she went in the country, she would adapt to that accent. President Obama's the same. A lot of candidates do that. It is it's jarring, I think, to see it that way. The dyed hair comment. Pretty funny, right? I mean, for the crowd, they went crazy for it, so she could be made fun of for it. Talk about Carly Fiorina for a second. I love the gumption and the PR tactic to figure out a way. She wants to get her name ID up. She took the argument to Hillary Clinton's campaign and even draws out NBC's Andrea Mitchell to ask her questions because she's willing to answer questions from the media. Thought that was really, really smart.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, Eric, like she's coming to play. She's like, listen, take me seriously. I'm a credible candidate. I will not shy away from questions.
Hillary, you mean?
Yeah, right. Carly, passionate, focused, and she just went right into Hillary's house and was like, check me out.
Yeah, and she has to, and she did a really fine job doing that. That's something we've been talking about for a long time. Who is it going to be? Do you want more of the same policies? And Hillary would probably bring a lot of the same things that the Democrats and President Obama has brought. Or do you want someone who's actually led something? Carly Fiorina led a group, led an organization, a global organization. You like that. I'm not saying she has a chance. She's a great, I love what she says. Look at what Hillary's doing, though. She finally gets, and she starts talking, she gets in front of people, and what does she talk about? She talks about hair color. She talks about the chicken and the waffles. She's brilliant. She's winning. She has scandal upon scandal upon scandal. It's not affecting her polling. She's still beating everyone, including Rand Paul, who gives her the highest.
But why are you attributing brilliance to her? I just think she's just sort of like the Lucky C Club, the Lucky Clinton Club.
If you're winning, football, you're winning. You're up by 30 points, and there's only 5 minutes left. You're not going to take chances and throw the ball in the end zone. Run the ball, get a first down. Don't take any chances. So she's playing prevent offense, and it's working.
That's her slogan. Hillary, take a knee.
Yeah, no. How's this? Hillary is winning. I'm right. Look, if she starts to falter, then you're going to see her looking to the end zone, looking for the wide receiver,
looking for the Hail Mary pass. We can do this all day bowling. I'll go toe-to-toe with you.
Do you think she wants to score a safety?
I think she's winning the game.
How many points is that, Dana?
2.
I'm going to defend her on the accent, though.
Show.
I do that. When I travel around the country, I can't help it. You know, you go into a Waffle House and you're like, I just love what you're doing here. Can I get some grits? You know, I go home to Boston one day. I'm like, everybody stop talking. I got to park my car. I mean, it's like.
But you're a comedian.
I know, but.
And an actor.
You get swept up into it. That's it. I think as a performer, I go around, I try to relate to audiences, so it does slip in.
They are kind of, that's what I'm saying, that they're kind of performers.
They're the same.
Okay, but so do you want a president that's trying to earn a SAG card or be commander-in-chief, right? Because you can put on your little resume, be like, dialects, Southern charm, biscuits warm, grits on the side. I mean, come on.
People love that
Let's
stuff.
talk about some real qualifications.
Isn't that what works in politics, though? We know it's It's who people relate to. This
I
is all
get
that
it.
thing of who you want to have a beer with. I mean, you can't change people's minds. That's the way they think, right?
Can we
I'm
talk
all
politics for just a second?
Yeah, let's do it, yeah.
Because I think there's something really interesting going here on two levels. One is,
What is it?
Carly Fiorina wants to get on the Fox debate stage, Guilfoyle.
She does. She wants to get her numbers up. She wants
Yes.
to play with the big boys, and she
Right.
deserves a spot
Well,
there, I think.
Well, because she'd be the only woman. I think it's so important for the Republicans to do.
Not because she's the only woman.
Oh, I think it is. I think that it's important for the
What?
party.
You can't say
That's just really, it's condescending.
That's not the only reason to have her
I wouldn't
at
want to
the
be on the
debate.
stage. It's gratuitous.
Because she's like earned her spot at
Right.
the debate.
Yes, but I think that for the Republican Party to show that there's
no.
a woman in the mix is a good thing for the party in much the way, and you can smack me down again, but I think it's good to have Ben Carson, a person of color, up there again representing a different look to the Republican Party.
Whoa, flag on the play.
Okay.
This is not affirmative action.
I didn't say it was.
This is the President of the United States of America.
Well, then, what do you? I can throw it back at you. So you think only white men deserve to be on the stage for the Republican
I can't
Party?
believe there's only a
I
white
think
woman
if
on the
you-
Democratic stage. I just
No,
can't believe
that's
it's
that's one
outrageous.
person. Anyway, my larger point is there was a poll today that showed there were 5 Republicans right now tied for the lead, right? So you imagine those 5 on the stage, right, Kimberly? So who are the other 5? Right now, 6 is Paul, 7 is Cruz, 8 is your friend, Mr. Trump, 9 is Christie from New Jersey, and then it's a tie between John Kasich, the governor of Ohio, and Carly Fiorina. So she needs to do things, stunts
Okay,
like
let me tell you
follow
something.
Hillary
Let me
and
tell you
start
something about
mocking
Carly
Hillary.
Fiorina. She wouldn't want to be on the stage because they said, let's check the gender box.
Oh,
she wants to be on
gosh.
the stage because she earned it and she got the numbers and she qualified to be in the game.
Well, she
I
gotta
wouldn't want
earn it.
them to just put me on. Even if I thought I was better than all those guys, I would whoop some you-know-what. I would say, let me get out there. Let me get in front of people. I would for sure go to all of Hillary's events that she wasn't taking questions. It's like kind of the equivalent of a photo bomb in politics, and go there. And like you said, Dana, try and draw out somebody like Andrea Mitchell and engage, get the dialogue going, and I bet you it'll resonate.
And she was very smart. When the debate rules were announced, instead of complaining, like, well, this isn't fair,
Right.
and you really need to have a woman up there, she said, I look forward to working hard and seeing you on the stage. That's how
Yeah.
somebody who actually has her heart in it and wants to win it because she thinks she's the best person for the
And
job.
by the way, she's acting like it. Bowling, how would you like him? You're a pro ball player. Why would you like to say, hey, Bowling, we're going to give you a spot,
you're
on the team because you're representing, Chicago?
So, no, you wouldn't want it. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure the RNC would never put Carly Fiorina up or Ben Carson up because he was black and she was a female if they didn't deserve it. If Fox says 10 people, it's going to be the top 10.
Right.
And that's going to probably be the way they'll go with it. I do think people are voting for the first female president. I think there are a lot that are maybe in the middle who are not necessarily Republican or Democrat who say, I want to see the first female, as they did the first black president. I can't wait for a day when we're done with all firsts and we finally get back to
Qualifications.
let's have the best president for the United States.
That's what I'm saying. So
You
when
know-
you said brilliant, that's why I was taking issue with it, because I said, well, what is so brilliant about what Hillary's done except this?
When you're
Zip
winning,
it.
when you're winning, you don't take chances, right? You don't
like,
open
my
yourself
set
up to
has
the
been the same
torpedo.
for 4 years.
Well, I understand that. So sometimes you say don't run up the score, right? In sports, if you're winning, you sit on it, you take a knee, you don't go ahead, you don't throw the ball recklessly downfield, whatever, unless you've got somebody amazing as wide receiver like we had with the 49ers with Dwight Clark. But other than that, I hear what you're saying. I know, because you
also
were
had Terrell Owens.
you were saying, okay, well, he's not very well behaved, so I'm not going to say him.
Jerry Rice.
Jerry
Along with Dwight
Rice, I
Clark.
like him.
But let's talk about
Yeah.
Republican women for a second. Because right now you got in the Senate Joni Ernst, right? And I think Joni Ernst has a veteran, really, I think, is coming on as a strong presence for Republican women in this country. You got Susana Martinez down in New Mexico. I think you've got people, I'm thinking of Nikki Haley in
Who
South
didn't
Carolina.
even get a mention by Hillary Clinton yesterday as the first Republican woman
Yes.
to win in South Carolina. Hillary goes there just for one magnanimous gesture, just wants to be able to say, right here in South Carolina, it's proven a woman could win, and she was the first governor. There's no willingness to engage at all.
That would have
with
been
the other
actually a
side.
good
Isn't that
idea for her.
smart.
It would have
I
been
think it would have
brilliant.
been good.
Very smart.
I think
Then
it would
you
have been
could call her
just-
It's not in
brilliant.
her nature to do it. It wasn't like
that's
it
not a
wasn't a
risk.
natural
hardball
idea.
politics.
That's not a risk.
Because
They don't count.
Well, it is, because
What?
it's
They
giving a
don't-
compliment across the
What
partisan
doesn't
line.
count?
Republican women, they don't count to Democrats. They don't count as real
right.
women.
It's
Because
the last thing you're allowed to be in America.
Yes. And that's why I can't wait. I think Carly Fiorina is going to rise in the polls, and she probably will be in that debate because she's the best communicator out of all the Republicans.
Yeah.
The best.
So
she's relentlessly on message.
Which one would you
Yeah,
dump off? I mean, you're talking about some.
She'll knock one of them off.
Whoever it is.
I know.
Who cares?
Well,
It's not about that. It's about who doesn't make the numbers.
Do you lose Kasich? Do you lose Carson?
I don't know.
That's a.
You know what the problem is? The sexist press is the problem. Carly Fiorina can't get in the news unless she attacks Hillary. When she talks about anything else, they ignore her.
Oh, no. See, I disagree. Why? She never talks about the other Republicans, and she better start talking about those other Republicans. That's who she's running against right now.
No, I disagree. I think that right now, Carly's strategy, I agree Hillary's strategy is winning for her. I think Carly Fiorina's strategy to focus on her is smart because Republicans writ large are looking at a field of possibly 20 candidates. What they really want is somebody who can win. Okay? So they want someone who's willing to throw a punch. They look at Carly Fiorina and they're like, she actually is willing to do it. She'll take it right to the fight. She'll go right into the middle of it.
Can she proceed if she doesn't make that top 10? And hit the
Maybe.
debate
I don't think that's the end-all, be-all. I really don't think that.
Well, not for her, because she could self-finance.
It doesn't matter.
Rich.
Like, if any of them don't make that top 10 debate, that doesn't mean their candidates.
Ooh, I think it's tough,
are over.
Dana.
It's tougher, but it's not
Dana.
over.
No, but let's just say that she does. You guys are talking about Hillary one-liners. I think she's had some very good one-liners coming to the point of she's a good communicator. Her line about Hillary's, all that travel as Secretary of State, that's not an accomplishment. That's not to be right. And then her one-liner about men being impacted by their hormones, even in the Oval Office. I think these are memorable lines for Carly Fiorina. Oh, you like that, Tom?
Well, you like her. So
Always
listen,
impacted by hormones.
I like her energy and her enthusiasm. To me, she is showing and act like she really wants to be president of the United States, and she wants people to wake up, take notice. She wants to be in the game. I love that kind of enthusiasm.
And an interesting thing, though, about the media. So you guys see that New Yorker cover from earlier this week? So New Yorker does illustrated covers. They have all these different guys running for president on the cover, and it's in a locker room, and it's all the usual suspects, people you might see on the top 5. But Ben Carson and Carly Fiorina don't get drawn in. There's not even like a little pencil sketch in the back. And I think that it will be hard for her to be able to make her presence known unless she does things like she did yesterday. I thought that was very smart. And I know she has very good people surrounding her.
Well, guess what? We're talking about it right now in the A block of the show. And the point is, what she's doing is she's making some good political noise with some facts and specifics to back it up. So I think her strategy is brilliant.
Can I throw something in there? And Hillary has been low-key, and she's slow-balling it, run the ball. But Saturday, Martin O'Malley is going to announce. So maybe she starts hitting some of the issues a little bit harder, some of the important issues.
I doubt it.
Well, maybe if it. Remember, you do all these polls, and Hillary's beating Rand Paul, Hillary's beating Chris Christie, Jeb Bush. If you introduce Martin O'Malley in the mix, does that skew do all of a sudden the Republicans start giving her a run for
You know what was
money,
interesting about that poll?
She's got to step the game up.
I was curious about this. In fact, the number 2 now on the Democratic side is Bernie Sanders.
Well, that's the only other one.
No. They put everybody in there. So it was Bernie Sanders and then Vice President Biden. O'Malley didn't even really register.
Yeah, what's next week?
You think so?
Yeah, I think Saturday's going to be interesting.
Let me ask you, did you know who Martin O'Malley was before we started?
I did.
That is a weird day to announce your candidacy.
But I also like what he is. I actually like Martin O'Malley.
Okay, why is that?
I just think he's got that likability factor.
And he's got some good ideas. He's actually been well liked by Democrats for a long time.
I'm so surprised by that. You can't possibly like his economic policies in Maryland.
No. His likability, his personal likability.
For someone who doesn't know about politics, they look at the guy and they're going to think he's got. And he seems like a guy's guy.
But he does know about politics.
And he's a rock and roller, Tom.
Yeah, he's a rock and roller.
He's a rock and roller. He is that.
Best part of Hillary's comments was that shout out for Kiki's, right? Waffles.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken and waffle.
I want to go there.
I think I've been there.